Alright, this is how I tie a squirmy worm jig. I'll show in another video how I do the squirmy worm. So, I'm using like, what is this, 3-weight thread, which is really thick. It's the thickest thread that I use, but I use it on these squirmy worms because I don't use any glue, and this will cinch down on the material without snapping it. Hopefully, that's kind of the goal. I don't build up a big amount of string behind the bead head on most of my flies actually anymore. I don't even like to go down the shank, but for this one I will. Size 16 or 14, size 14 jig hook, and it's got like a 3.8 millimeter tungsten black bead head, which is really pretty big for this, but you want it because the fly material is pretty thick, so we want it to match like the size of the head there. So I'll just get my string going, my thread going here a little bit. Cut that off. And I'm gonna wrap that all the way down to the shank, just to right about to where it bends, and then I'm gonna come back. Just kind of keep it. I'm not too worried about what it looks like under there that much. Next, I'll grab some of my squirmy worm material here. Get it apart here. And I say go with a long piece. The longer, the better. You can always cut it short when you get to the water. But the longer it is, the more it's going to twirl and spin in the water and stuff for you. So, I mean, I'm going to start with this one being pretty long, yeah. And we can cut it down shorter if we have to, but let's just start with a long piece here. And now what I want to do is just grab a little bit of this rubber on the end here. And I just want to get it to kind of pinch in there. Kind of not that pretty looking at first, but I'm gonna keep doing this till I can get right up on top there with it. Alright, I got a little bubble there which I don't like, but I'm gonna pull it up to the top here a little bit, unwrap until I get to, see what I'm pinching it down here, try there. Alright, move that to the top and then hold down on it. There we go. Now, that's pretty good. Now I can just stretch it up towards me and back, and I'm gonna wrap. I'm not wrapping that tight on this, okay? I'm just doing enough to hold it on the top of the hook here. And then see how it's kind of towards me right now, but watch, when I pull it tight, it pulls it over a little. And that's kind of what I want, right? Maybe go a little further here. See what it wants to do. It's okay. Alright, is that good? Yeah. Now, since I got that set up, now I'm just gonna wrap back up, kind of clean up that little bubble right there. Oop. See if we can push that away a little bit. Now notice I still have this nice gap behind the head still, right? I still got a nice gap back there. Let me cut another little piece of the squirmy worm material. I probably just cut one too long there, but to this point it'd be good. So again, I'm gonna try to just get a little piece of it stuck in there when I'm tying it here. I just want to catch the corner of it like that right there and pull it towards me. So again, I'm going to pull it up towards me and start wrapping it. Try to keep it pretty consistent. What you do here is going to kind of represent how fat and ugly it looks and how good it looks. But these things, you don't have to make them look that good. They're freaking squirmy worm jigs. It's supposed to look like a worm or something. So there we go. Kind of clean this up a little bit there. See, I still have that nice gap up there behind the head. Now, when I put this around, you kind of want to twist it a little bit. And then when you hold it with the top of your finger here, it holds it in place while you spin it back around to another way. I say do them loose, right? You want to have like loose spirals on here because you'll get more, like you can catch more fish if it's got a little bit of give to it than compared if you make it really tight. So I'm using the top of my finger to hold it down. Now I'm up at the head here. I can kind of go with another fat one in there like that. Or no, like that. I don't like the turn before it. Pull that back a little bit. Try to see if I make it a little tighter, if it'll look better. There we go. That's a little more even looking. And now I'm just gonna hold that there. I'm gonna give it 3 good wraps this way. Like 1, 2, 3, And then I'm gonna pull it back this way and go in front of it. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll clip this off, stretch it a little bit. And get a nice little clip off there. Alright, now I'm just gonna whip finish it. And I'm done. I don't know where my whip finisher went. Hopefully I find it pretty quick here. Alright, yeah. So I'm gonna do at least like 3s and 2s on this for whip finish. Like a 1, 2, 3. I'll pull that tight. That's why I use this thick thread again. Remember, see out there here? I got all this gap. So now I'll do 1, 2. I'll just do 3s on them. You want to be able to do this multiple times because this stuff will start to snap as you're catching a lot of fish and their teeth pop into it. And then you actually can just kind of cut it off and keep using it because you got another whip finish under it. Obviously, okay, but also I'm building a hotspot on this thing if you haven't noticed. So I've got this bright red hotspot now on this fly with the pink, which definitely any kind of hotspot's always a good thing. It grabs the attention of the fish. And I keep building this up. I'll do like just 1 or 2 more because I'm trying to make a point here, but there we go. That way it's really in there solid. You don't have to use any glue or anything. Clip that off. Our tail, it's kind of a long one, but I'm going to leave it because this thing's going to be flipped over in the water because it's a jig. And this thing's going to be twirling in the water like this. And then when it stops, it'll be sitting up in the current like this. Flipped over, obviously, because it's a jig. But that's it. That's a squirmy worm jig. So good luck, guys. Have fun.